Hi, everyone. This is Brendan. Another Open Spokes talk on this time on leadership. Uh, Susan Spellman asked us to. Spellman Cam asked me to say a little something on leadership, and I hope I'm not too late on that. I, I've worked in public schools for the last 15 years. Well, public schools and some ed tech companies, and in public schools, leadership is the leaders that I've had. Some have been good and some have been bad, but it's a very political game in public schools. Teachers, principals really need to know how to work the system and within the system, and for good or bad, I think sometimes that compromises the leadership. And I, not necessarily that they're bad leaders, but it makes them. Um, well, put it this way: the whole reform idea of accountability. I think it strikes a chord with people, even though I think the motives behind the leadership on that are a little off. I think it strikes a chord with people that saying, listen, let's get out of the bureaucracy and do what's right for the kids. Stop waiting around, and if you know what's right, do it. The problem with that is um, what I think is right and what you think is right are usually two different things. So if I go and, as the leader, go and do it, and it's not what you think it is, then you think I'm doing the wrong thing. So that's why I say it's not really a bad thing that there's a bureaucracy that the leadership in public schools need to follow, because it's not there to hinder, it's there to make sure that the public institution still serves the greater public and not a great leader. Um, on the flip side of that, open learning, open leadership in open learning is a lot different. As I ran the open online experience, I was free to run things my own way, and I could have taken, and there were several times when the opportunity availed itself, and some people really wanted me to make decisions and tell people what to do and follow through that way, and that's the wrong way in open leadership. So it's a little different than public education, but it's hard leadership to master, and it's a hard leadership to live under. Uh, but it's also very refreshing. I say it's hard to live under because when um, when an open leader comes in and says, all right, this is our project and everybody gets a voice in it, and you need to speak up, there's a lot of people who who don't want that responsibility. They want to be told what to do and say, hey, just give me some direction and I'm off doing it. And I see that a lot of times in my own work. There are some times when I really like to say, I don't want the responsibility of making the decisions. I just want to do the work and get done with it. But open leadership doesn't work that way. Open leadership says, trust the people you're working with. Empower them to make their own decisions and follow their own good judgment. And then just as the leader, you just try and keep up with the good people who are working with you. So just a couple of things on open leadership is I think the quiet leader is the person who really does lead in open leadership, because they're not so worried about taking charge and making sure that their vision is followed, but as opposed to they want to make sure the vision for the group is followed. And um, and we're and in open leadership, you're a very authentic leader. You're not leading because you have you, something to prove. You're leading because you really feel that the people you're working with have a vision and a desire to do what's right. So open leadership is it's not better than leadership anywhere else, but sometimes it's more satisfying, and it's also depends a lot more on trust and your ability to trust the people you're working with, and knowing, and those people stepping up and taking the reins of leadership on their own too. Not necessarily that they make decisions, but they say they know, they understand that they are experts. You don't have these open people working with you because they're just trying to have a job. They're there because they have a passion or desire or a skill in this area, and they really want to exercise it. So I hope my rambling wasn't too ramblicious, and I hope I didn't mumble too much for you, Susan, and that this is on time. And please enjoy this skull. I had fun. It's Halloween coming up soon, and yeah, that's my excuse. All right, bye.